For centuries, the debate between theists and atheists has been stuck in a loop. The believer looks at the staggering complexity of the universe, the precise tuning of the stars, the intricate design of life, and says, "Look at this. There must be a conscious, all-knowing creator." The atheist simply pushes back and says, "Prove it." But instead of offering proof, the believer shifts the burden, demanding, "You disprove he exists." It is a logical fallacy, yet it has held billions captive for generations, because, on a purely philosophical level, atheists have no definitive reply. What follows is an endless loop of religious and philosophical static that ends exactly where it began, leaving the viewer with no real answers. But what if the deadlock isn't broken by ancient texts or philosophical debates? What if the definitive proof is written into the strict, unyielding math of the universe itself? Today, we are going to run a physical stress test on the concept of an omniscient God. Because according to the fundamental laws of quantum physics, an all-knowing, all-seeing external creator isn't just unlikely. Mathematically, he is a calculation error. To understand this, we only need to look at the bedrock of our physical reality, the double-slit experiment. In this famous experiment, scientists fire tiny particles, like electrons, at a wall with two slits. When nobody is watching the experiment, something strange happens. The particles behave like invisible waves. They exist in a state of pure potential, a fog of probabilities, hitting the back screen in a wave pattern. But watch what happens the exact moment we try to know their position or speed. The moment a detector is turned on to watch the particles, the universe changes its behavior. The fog of possibilities violently collapses. It snaps into a single definite solid reality. This is a proven law of physics called the observer effect. The physical universe alters its behavior the moment it is watched. Simply looking at a quantum system forces it to pick a physical state. In a laboratory, this is fascinating. But when we apply this scientific law to the idea of an all-seeing God, it triggers a cosmic disaster. Theists define God as omniscient. He is all-knowing and all-seeing, looking down at our universe from the outside. He knows the position of every star, every planet, and every atom. Now, travel back to the dawn of time, the exact moment of the Big Bang. In the beginning, the entire universe existed as a microscopic quantum state. It was a massive, shifting fog of infinite probabilities, waiting to evolve, expand, and become the universe we know. But if an external, all-seeing God was watching, if a super observer measured that newborn universe, the math dictates an instant collapse. The universe would have shattered the moment it began. It would have died in its quantum cradle, locked into a single, dead state. If God looked, the universe would have started and stopped in the exact same fraction of a millisecond. But mathematically, the problem gets even worse. Physics dictates that if a quantum system is continuously measured, it is completely paralyzed. It is prevented from changing its state at all. This is a proven physical phenomenon called the quantum Zeno effect. Think of it like the old saying, "A watched pot never boils," but as a literal law of physics. If an external God is continuously observing the universe, at all times, without ever blinking, the Zeno effect applies to everything. The math dictates that a continuously observed universe is permanently locked in place. It cannot evolve. Stars cannot form. Chemical reactions cannot happen. Time itself functionally stops. We can actually write this out as the cosmological Zeno equation. P = stasis. Rausch's limit as n approaches infinity of 1, t 2, and 2 tau 2. Nanite 1. In quantum mechanics, this survival equation gives the probability that a system remains entirely frozen under continuous measurement. Look at the limit. As the number of observations approaches infinity, representing an all-seeing God constantly watching everything, the probability of the universe remaining in absolute, unchanging dead stasis becomes exactly 100%. A universe constantly observed from the outside is a dead photograph. So, look around you. We see stars igniting. We see planets orbiting. We see biological life moving, breathing, and evolving. We experience the relentless forward friction of time. Because we observe the universe changing, we possess absolute mathematical proof that the universe is unobserved from the outside. The cosmic wave function is evolving in the dark. For centuries, theology relied on the idea of an external watchmaker winding the gears of reality. But quantum mechanics has permanently dismantled that architecture. An external, conscious creator guarantees a dead, frozen universe. Because the universe is alive and in motion, an external observer cannot exist. Quantum physics hasn't just challenged the idea of God. The observer effect has mathematically proved that an external creator is incompatible with an uncertain, probabilistic universe.